All right, guys, so big news. We're starting a Patreon. We're actually ready to do this Patreon, offer you guys a whole shitload of value, and take things with No Jumper to the next level. Let me explain. Okay, so just a reminder. If you watch No Jumper, think about it. We drop 5 interviews per week. We drop the No Jumper show every Tuesday. We drop at the end of the day every Wednesday. We've been dropping these vlogs on the channel left and right, and we've been doing this new weekly music review series, which has been doing super good and we're really hyped on. But the reality is that we're kind of maxed out right now. We need to hire more people. We're trying to move into a new office space where we can just create a ton more stuff, and the rent is going to be like 4 times what we're paying right now. So basically, we're just hoping that our diehard fans out there will see the value in these things that we're offering through the Patreon, and that they'll get behind us and support us. Oh, and also, obviously, YouTube is not really a friendly place to post some of the more edgy content that we want to do, and this is really opening the door for us to do more of that kind of stuff. Unlike YouTube, on Patreon, you are going to get an ad-free experience. So we're going to have a lot more episodes with OnlyFans girls, strippers, etc., and we don't want to have to tell them to censor themselves. We want to just let them be them, if you know what I mean. There's going to be a lot of that on the Patreon. We also want to do podcasts where we actually watch and react to fights, which is the kind of thing that YouTube would never allow, but on Patreon we've asked and we can get away with it on there. But we're not asking for y'all to donate for no reason. We got a whole lot of really, really good benefits that we're going to go through right now. So first tier, $5 a month. Here's what you get. First, we're doing a bonus weekly episode of the podcast. We're going to try experimenting with a whole lot of different stuff, but this one is an episode that me and Duno did with Janet and Yahaira, something like that. I don't know. I still got to make sure I'm saying it right. But we did an episode with us, and then we're talking about dating, we're talking about sex, we're talking about relationships. It was just really good bonus content. We're going to have a little clip of it on the No Jumper channel this week, but the full thing is on the Patreon, $5 a month. And then also, early access to our content. This is going to be really dope because a lot of these interviews we do, we're so backed up that you guys don't even end up seeing it for like a week and a half or 2 weeks after we do it. And so we get a million comments, like we just dropped the Fresh and Fit interview today. We get a million comments saying, when can I see the Fresh and Fit interview? Well, you're going to be able to see it like at least 3, 4, 5 days in advance. So that's gonna be really dope. You're gonna be able to just see the stuff before it really has a chance to make its way over to YouTube, which I think that personally seems very, very attractive to me. Okay, and then final thing for the $5 tier, early access to our new merch. So our stuff, sometimes it sells out within like a day or 2 of coming out. If you have the Patreon, then you're gonna be able to actually make sure that you get the stuff in advance. Okay, $10 a month tier, we have some extra benefits. Number one, and this is mainly meant to appeal to the podcast listener crowd, the audio only version of the podcast is not gonna be on Spotify or the Apple Podcast app or wherever you listen to it anymore. You're gonna be able to listen to a short half-hour clip of it, but you're not gonna be able to listen to the full thing unless you sign up for the Patreon. And then once you get it, you're gonna be able to either listen to it in full on your phone through the Patreon app, or you can go on the Patreon app and get an RSS feed and copy and paste that into your Spotify or Apple Podcast browser or whatever, and you can just listen to it on there the same way that you already listen to it. Benefit number 2, we're gonna do at least 1 monthly live stream on the Patreon. So if you have things that you wanna ask, if you have questions for the girls that we're gonna have on, etc., some of those pieces of content we're gonna actually live stream on the Patreon app, and it might end up being like a lot of them depending on how the live streaming goes, but we're guaranteeing that we're gonna at least do 1 a month. Okay, and then finally, we're gonna have a discount code for the merch. So if you do plan on copping a whole lot of stuff from the No Jumper online store, this is definitely gonna save you a lot of money to be able to get 15% off just by being a patron. Okay, and then finally, our $25 a month tier. This is gonna make you an actual producer, at least that's the title that we have chosen for this. But anyway, the $25 a month tier, we're gonna have an exclusive shirt that if you sign up for 3 months that you're gonna be able to get from us, Patreon exclusive. And I think we're gonna make a couple different ones of this throughout the year so that they'll be all different, very, very rare pieces of merch that you can get through this thing. We're gonna be doing a monthly uncensored episode. What do we mean by uncensored? Well, we're not really sure 100% yet, but a whole lot of nudity and craziness is probably what we could assume is gonna be going down in the monthly uncensored episode. We're gonna have to send some of the employees home because we don't want them around for that. And then finally, as a producer, your name is actually gonna appear at the end of all of the No Jumper episodes. We're gonna be doing some crazy shit. Basically, once a month, we're just gonna try to push the limits of what's allowed on Patreon. So you guys are probably not gonna want to miss that. So yeah, that's it. If you guys want to support, if you want to check out what we're doing, head on over to the Patreon. Even just start out at the $5 a month tier just to see what's going on. If you want to support us, it would mean a shitload. Yeah, thank you guys so much for everybody who supports us in any way. And of course, I'm not saying that you're a bad supporter if you don't do the Patreon at all. This is just an extra way for you to support us if you guys do want to get behind us and help us to take everything to a whole new level. So if this sounds at all appealing, the link is in the description. What is it? Patreon.com/nojumper. And yeah, we're gonna keep telling you guys about all the new content we're gonna be creating for the Patreon, and hopefully some of y'all will join us on this journey.